Hey guys, and this is the Q&A video. I did receive a lot of questions which I answered in my previous Q&A, but since people tend to forget stuff, I'll answer them anyway. So let's start. Josh E asks, where are you from and how old are you? I'm 18 and I'm from Latvia. Taktakok Plomus, or however you pronounce that name, asks, can you show your face? I've shown it multiple times in my previous videos, look them up, I'll link one of them down below. KX3 asks, how many CSGO hours do you have? I've played CSGO for 2,500 hours or something like that. Next we have Rob Karzek, who asks, what is your favorite game other than CSGO? I'm actually glad someone asked this question, because I really want to talk about this. And if nobody would have asked it, I would probably just go ahead and make a fake YouTube account and ask this question to myself. That's how bad I wanted to talk about this. But I'm just joking, I wouldn't do that. But anyway, my favorite game right now, believe it or not, isn't CSGO. My favorite game is Life is Strange. It's an episodic story-based game which is incredibly good. The atmosphere is amazing. The characters are so easy to relate to, and it's so fucking emotional. No book, no movie made me as emotional as this game, and I'm not joking, I'm dead serious, it's that amazing. And the first episode is free on Steam. I'll leave the link down below in the description to the game if you want to download it. And I urge you to go and do that, because if you play the episode 1, I dare you not to purchase the other episodes. That's how amazing this game is. And no spoilers in the comment section, please. But next we have Dreamer, who asks, why the fuck is your name Helmuts? And I've talked about this multiple times before in many of my videos, but if you've forgotten or if you haven't seen those videos, basically I wanted to make a channel and I wanted to put my real name on the channel, and my real name is Helmuts. But it was taken. Then I put Helmuts with 2 S's, it was taken as well. Then I put Helmuts with 3 S's, and I made the channel. And a few years go by, I forget the password, and I make this channel, Helmuts with 4 S's. Next we have Mad Azes, who left a pretty long comment. I'll read it right now. You have a wife and a family, how can you find time to play and get that level on CS? And don't you think that investing more time in something else is quite better than just playing CS? Love your videos. You're the best CSGO YouTuber for me, for real. Well, thanks for the kind words, but I do not have a wife, and I do not have, my own family, I don't have kids, because I'm just 18, so honestly I don't have any advice for you. But in terms of if I think that investing time in something else is more valuable, definitely it is. If you do sports, you get fit. If you play CSGO, you just get better at CSGO. But I like CSGO, and I won't stop playing it, even though I acknowledge the fact that there are a lot of other more valuable things I could do besides playing CSGO, working for example. Anyway, next we have Foxy Gaming, who has also left a pretty long comment. So my computer broke down this June, which sucks because I wanted to play CSGO the whole summer. I couldn't play CSGO for almost 3 months, what do you suggest me to do? Also, what did you see in the game that made you play this game for so long? Happy anniversary and keep it up. In terms of what you should do, if you can play CSGO right now, then go ahead and do some deathmatching, get your aim back, get your aim straight, then play some matchmaking, play some Faceit, do the regular stuff. What did I see in the game? It's so damn competitive. As Warral said, your character doesn't get better, you get better, and that's what's so appealing to me about this game. Next we have Prodet, yes. And he asks, what do you do when you are burnt out in CS? I am global elite and I hardly play 1 match a day, then I feel like I'm done. I used to feel like that as well, and when I'm burnt out, I usually just take a break for a few days. If that doesn't work, try to play CS more than normal. If that doesn't work, I try to change my mindset. And obviously, it's not easy to do, and slumps suck. Hang in there, buddy. Next we have 5Rand, who asks, which CSGO player do you hate the most? Love your videos. It's not that I hate anyone in particular, but I do believe that at least 30% of pro players cheat. I guess it's a controversial opinion, but with all those fishy clips flying around, you can never be certain. There's a bigger chance that everybody's cheating rather than that nobody's cheating, I'll tell you that. Next we have a question from Ghostfire HD who asks, who is your favorite pro player? Also, how are you so good at CSGO? Well, firstly, I don't consider myself good. I'm just a supreme, I'm not even a global, and I've been playing this game for how long has it been, like 4 years? And yeah, with that sort of experience, you would probably expect me to be a bit better. And in terms of who is my favorite CSGO player, ex-god Doja. Next we have a question from Moses Rupert who asks, do you hate gay people? Cause your government does. Are you fucking joking, man? It's ridiculous that I even have to answer this. Obviously I'm not a fucking homophobe. God, let's just move on. Next we have a question from Crawler who asks, are you getting the new Call of Duty and the new Battlefield? Also, what games are you playing nowadays besides CSGO? I'm not getting the new Call of Duty and I'm also not getting the new Battlefield. I just believe that CSGO is the best shooter out there and no game as of right now can match it. Maybe Overwatch will in some time, but certainly not Call of Duty or Battlefield. I just don't enjoy these kind of games anymore. And in terms of what games I play besides CSGO, as I mentioned already, I played Life is Strange, but it's a story-based game, so you can't really play it like 10 times. Obviously you can, but it's probably going to get boring. But I've played it twice and I'm debating on my third playthrough. I also played Soma, also like a story-heavy game. To me it was a little bit puzzle-heavy. I wasn't exactly like able to solve every puzzle easily, so I got stuck multiple times, but the story was outstanding, so I guess it was good. And I'm also, right now I'm actually like trying to find another heavy story-based game. If you have any suggestions, leave them down below. Next we have a question from Magnetio ZZZ who asks, have you ever tried any drugs? If yes, then which? Well, does caffeine count? I'm just joking, I've done caffeine, nicotine, multiple forms of nicotine, alcohol, and I've also smoked cigars. Next we have a question from Shinky who says, I stopped playing CSGO like 6 months ago because I consistently got frustrated every day I played and the community was so toxic. Should I jump back in? I mean, if you feel like it, you can certainly try playing a few games, it wouldn't hurt, but CSGO isn't really super polished right now. You know, sometimes you just shoot an enemy and the shot doesn't register. There are a lot of bugs in the game, like you can see through the smoke if there's a Molotov behind it, and you know, just a lot of glitches. It just seems like Valve doesn't care about CSGO. All they do is update Dota, and hopefully they take CSGO more seriously in the future, but I honestly doubt it. If it continues like this, I don't know, maybe another shooter will take its place, maybe in 5 years, but a lot of things can change in 5 years, so yeah, CSGO is still the best shooter out there, even with all the bugs and even with so little support from the developers. Next we have a question from Ghosty, who asks, are you cashing out? Yes, I am. I already sold a bunch of my skins, I sold both of my knives, and yeah, I guess I'm done with selling skins right now. I'll just keep the rest of them for a while. Maybe I'll cash out fully a few months later. Next we have a question from Andre Trigo who asks, how hard is it to balance your life with YouTube and why don't you play ESCA? I'm not a full-time YouTuber, as you know, and I only make like one video a week, so that's not really that much. It takes like 4 hours for me to make one video, sometimes less, sometimes more. So it's not really that hard. Sometimes I'll just decide not to play CS and make a video, and that's it. I'll just sacrifice my CS time. Now that the school is about to start, my school is starting tomorrow, I will probably have to sacrifice more CS time to make videos. But anyway, oh yeah, why don't I play ESCA? My account is VAC banned in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and because of that, I'm not allowed to play on ESCS servers, even though the ban is almost 2000 days old. Next we have a question from Joho Weeze, who asks, what is your favorite TV series? Anime counts as well. Believe it or not, I don't watch any TV series, but I'm debating on getting into Stranger Things because I've heard people say it's similar to Life is Strange, but yeah, I might get into it in the future. Next we have a question from Dyla Wall 6. Will you ever do CSGO matches with your subscribers? When I get bigger, sure, but not now. Next we have a question from XSK, who asks, do you think you can be a pro player one day, Helmuts? I doubt it. I honestly doubt it, like, I'm not that good. But you never know, like, you never know how much I could improve in a year or two. But you also never know what will happen with CSGO in a year or two, so it's unlikely. Next, we have a question from Play4-3v3R. He asks, hey, can you tell me your render settings, please? Here you go. Next, we have a question from Leviathan, who says, I'm looking forward to grow my channel. Do you have any tips that you can give me to grow my channel? Also, amazing video. Glad you're back. Make sure that you like your own videos. When I started liking my own videos, I realized they were really good. Like, not really good, but they were decent. There was a period, like, the first 2 years on YouTube, I uploaded videos and I cringed while watching them. Make sure that doesn't happen to you. Next we have a question from The Nerds Gaming, who asks, what country is the most friendly in CSGO? For me, it's definitely Finland. You can't really judge countries based on CSGO experience, you know? It's all about the people, it's not about countries. I've probably met more friendly Russians in CSGO than Latvians. Next we have a question from Yo Homie Gaming, who asks, is low sensitivity better or is a higher sensitivity better? Because what if you're good at a low sense, but someone else is good at a high sense? Who is more likely to be a better player? The thing is, with low sensitivity, you have better consistency. You're going to be more consistent with those shots. Obviously, there are people who master higher sensitivities. Professor Chaos comes to mind, as well as Elige. But I believe Elige lowered his sensitivity. But lower sensitivity, more often than not, is going to be the way to go. Next we have a question from Kawai, and he asks, what's your favorite CSGO skin? M4A1S Masterpiece. Next we have a question from Oscar Pierce, and he asks, countries you have visited outside Europe? None. Places you want to visit? Norway. Next we have a question from Cheesecake, and he asks, what kind of food do you like to eat? What food do you eat on a daily basis? How much do you weigh? My favorite food is sushi. The food I eat the most often is probably potatoes, and I weigh like 75 kilograms. Next we have a question from Boris Dvornskos, who asks, why did you start making YouTube videos? Long story short, I was ill, I hadn't gone to school for a very long time, and I was extremely bored. Next we have a question from Snow CSGO, who asks, what do you think about Indians playing CSGO, and do you think they can play better than most of the European players, even after facing a major financial crisis? Dude, I live on the other side of the world, and I've never seen an Indian CSGO match. I didn't even know you guys had a pro scene over there, so thanks for enlightening me, and honestly I have no idea how Indians would compete against Europeans. I guess they would just have to enter qualifiers and qualify for events. And if they do qualify, I guess they do have a lot of skill. Next we have a question from the Lizard King, who asks, any tips for new YouTubers? Well, get good channel graphics, make sure to not put 15-second intros at the start of every single video. Make sure not to be annoying, make sure to get straight to the point, don't talk a lot of bullshit. Just basic stuff like that. Next we have another question from 5ran, who asks, what is your favorite CSGO team? I used to be a fan of Cloud9 and I used to be a fan of NiP, but right now I don't have a favorite team. Next we have a question from Nikolai Kutejar, who asks, what kept you motivated to play CSGO even though you encounter hackers and cheaters on frequent basis? It's just that the game is so competitive and it's so addicting you just can't you just can't decide to stop playing it one day. People will eventually come back, at least I did. And if you encounter hackers on matchmaking, go play Faceit. If you encounter hackers on Faceit, go play matchmaking. Get a full pre-med to make the games more competitive. At least that's what I did. Next we have a question from Chewits, who asks, who played on your account to get you to Supreme? I think it was you, mate. The next question comes from Flick Gaming, who asks, what are your PC specs? I leave the link down below to my PC setup video, you can check that out. Moving on to the last question, which is asked by Maros Halak. He says, I am an IGL and I think my thinking and the strats I can come up with could easily match an LEM and maybe even higher ranks. My aim isn't as good, but I think it's lots better than an MGE aim. I've been in MGE rank for over 3 months and I want your advice as to how do you think people like me, or me in particular, can overcome this issue. Easy as fuck, go ahead and deathmatch for an hour a day for a month straight and don't even complain about your rank until you do this. 30 minutes of headshot only deathmatch and 30 minutes of regular deathmatch on brutal CS servers for a month straight. And then you can come to me and complain about your rank. But otherwise, go ahead and deathmatch. But anyway guys, that's it for this video. These 5 years on YouTube have been crazy. It's been one hell of a ride, and I want to thank you everybody who asked questions and everybody who thought about asking questions. But yeah, let's hope I stay on YouTube for 5 more years, or maybe 10, or 15, or 25, maybe 30, or 35. Let's see.